guys, Becky here with Design Bundles, and I'm super excited to have you join me today because we have a really awesome tutorial. I'm talking to all my small business owners out there. Guys, I'm going to show you my tried and true methods for packaging up your t-shirts for selling to your customers. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and talk about what we have here. We have obviously our shirt. Okay, I have some cute, these were print and cut thank you stickers. I have a 10 by 13 resealable bag. It's just a clear resealable bag from Amazon. A piece of chipboard. This is going to be 9 by 12, by the way. Then I have this really cute print and cut that I downloaded and cut on my Cameo. You can do the same thing with a Cricut, but it's washing instructions to go with my garment here. And then just a set of business cards. So what we're going to do is first I want to talk to you about folding up this shirt for proper packaging and presentation, okay? Now, I am not a, I'm not a folder, okay? I don't like folding. I'm not very good at it, so hopefully this will help you guys also. I always feel like I get to the end of my folding and it just looks atrocious, but that's what my chipboard is for. So I'm going to turn my shirt over and I'm going to lay it out on my workstation. I want to try to get it as even as I can here, because that's just going to help me to line this up and fold it evenly. And they even make, you know, like you see in the stores, those folding shirt contraptions, but this is really cheap and easy. So I'm going to position this where my design is. So I'm going to turn my landscape. You can also do this way, but this design is wider than it is tall. So I'm going to position this where that design is on the front. Okay, next I am going to go ahead and fold in the sleeves, and I'm folding all the way down the side. And same on the other side. Now you'll notice these are pulled in a little bit more. Now you want to make sure that you don't end up with weird creases all the way down, but if you can tuck those in a little bit better, you'll have a better folding experience on the way back up, okay? But pull these tight-ish against your chipboard, and that's going to give you those crisp lines down the side, okay? Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and take the bottom, try to keep your pieces together, fold it up to where it almost meets the bottom of the chipboard here, fold it out and crease the bottom, take the top, fold it down also. You can pull in on the sleeves a little bit. Make sure you don't want these weird edges sticking out the sides, okay? So go ahead and pull this in. And now take that final fold and go up here. All right, so if I flip this over, there's my design. All right, so really cool. That's a cool hack, right? I enjoy it. I think it's really neat, and it's gonna help me with my packaging. So of course, this is ultimately really important when you're shipping, because I feel like your customer is a little detached from you. It seems a little impersonal. So this is, in my opinion, a really big wow factor for them to pull this out, and it's nice and packaged together. But it's also really neat if you sell these, you know, maybe at a boutique or something like that, again, where your customer isn't seeing you, but it's still even neat to hand these off in person. So you'll have to gauge like at what level it is necessary, but if you have the extra time and you have the supplies on hand, then it's just really neat, and it can make a big impact for your business. So back to packaging. Let me get back to packaging here. So what I'm gonna do, see how I have the slit on the inside? This is gonna be the front. This is actually the back. So I need to flip my shirt over, pull that open, and slide this in. Now this size bag works really well because it leaves a lot of room. This is an adult large size shirt. If you're gonna be doing youth shirts, it may be a little baggier, but that way if you have a long sleeve shirt or you have a larger size shirt, then you have plenty of room for a little bit of extra bulk, all right? We are definitely going to take our washing instructions, and we are going to take our business cards, all right? And we're gonna tuck all that right in here. That way it is secured with our shirt. And then what I like to do is go ahead and fold this and line it up on the sides. And then you can kind of squeeze out some of the air. You don't need all that air trapped in there. Okay, now again, make sure your sides are straight. You don't want this to be crooked. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm holding it down with my left hand and I'm reaching underneath to pull this adhesive off. So I'm gonna pull it halfway, smooth it down, put my hand back, pull it the rest of the way, same thing, smooth it down. And that gives me a nice even fold right there. All right, so this is my shirt. Washing instructions, business instructions. One last touch that we're gonna do, this is where this came into play. Now this is a 4-inch circle that I have here. This is a 3-inch circle. This is a 2.5-inch circle. So depending on, especially when we start talking about cost, it may be important for you to decide which size sticker that you want. And I'm gonna put it right here over the closure. So there we go. So that is my finished project. You have a nice overview of the design. Boom, boom, boom. Especially if you were putting these someplace to display. You could even print and cut little size stickers down here. Large, medium, small, that sort of thing. And then this is a thank you from you to your customer. And like I said, the washing instructions and the business information. All right, now let's talk about these stickers real quick because I don't want to neglect that. If you are doing these in bulk, and it's the same with the clear bags, those are cheaper in bulk, especially from Amazon. So the more you buy, the more you save, right? And then if you are doing stickers in bulk, don't feel like you have to print and cut them yourself because that's actually, it can be taxing on your time and it's not very cost effective to print and cut unless you're only doing a few of these. So once you get to the point where you're really packaging a lot of, you know, whether it's decals, whether it's shirts or tote bags or whatever products you're packaging up that you're using these for, it may be cheaper for you to outsource that and have those printed by a professional. You can get great prices online for that. But guys, all right, there we go. That is our finished product. And then of course you can grab a poly mailer, you can grab a rigid mailer if you're gonna ship these, but when your customer pulls this out and see how much thought you put into their packaging and how much thought you put into their product, it's really going to make that much of a difference. So hopefully you enjoyed these tips today, and I really would love to see what you guys think about your own packaging. But certainly this is my tried and true method, and I think it can make a really big impact for your business. So guys, how did you feel about our packaging for these shirts? I really love sharing these tips and tricks with you guys. Hopefully you learned a few things from the video. You know, I keep saying this is for small business owners, but this is even really cute if you're just going to give away your shirts or, you know, give them as gifts, that sort of thing. It's just really cute packaging. It really says a lot for your business and or just says a lot for you as a crafter. It gives them more of a professional feel, right? So now guys, if you learned something today, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. I love hearing from you guys. Maybe if you have any packaging tips that you want to share, put those down there too. We love building this little crafting community so that we can all help each other. But guys, most importantly, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you keep getting all these really awesome tutorials in the future. And guys, I just really appreciate it. So I'm gonna wrap it up for today, but we'll see you again next time.